What up, YouTube? Today's video, I want to talk about what's the difference between supernatural and spiritual. Now, first things first, I'm going to tell a supernatural story, you could say, because a lot of people would say the stuff that I'm going to talk about is superstition, but superstition, supernatural, and spiritual, all that stuff goes hand in hand together, okay? Now, listen, before I get into that, I have to talk about scary movies. Now, sci-fi movies slash scary movies, you notice how most scary movies always say horror slash sci-fi, right? It's saying horror slash sci-fi because one, it's a scary movie, but these scary movies always have some type of spiritual meaning behind it. Like a lot of people don't understand, like the movie Leprechaun. Not just Leprechaun in the Hood or Leprechaun in the Hood 2, just like all the Leprechaun movies. The stuff that they are telling you in that movie, that is like a watered down story of what used to happen in the past. Like you take the leprechaun's gold and he come and hunt you down and kill you. You know what I'm saying? Them watered down stories because that shit is real. People don't understand leprechauns are real. What you talking about? On a spiritual plane, leprechauns are real. You see what I'm saying? People think supernatural and spiritual is a difference. It's not a difference. Like when they talk about all that evil, demonic stuff, that is a part of spirituality. Like I said, it's good and bad and everything. 50% good, 50% bad. Like Leprechaun is the devil's leprechauns and shit like that. They was good and they did used to live in nature, but I think they got too greedy with the gold and they greed consumed them, and now Satan just uses them as his little leprechauns, you could say, to guard the gold. So whoever touched the gold, you know what I'm saying? Because whoever takes the gold is basically like greed. Like they have so much greed that they have to die because they too greedy. You know what I'm saying? They gonna take the gold and spend it all on the wrong shit. You see what I'm saying? So it's like whoever takes the gold, they will die. See, that's not supernatural. That's spiritual. Like the paranormal activity, all that shit is spiritual. Okay? They say it's supernatural and all that. It's all spiritual. Now listen, there's no difference between supernatural and spiritual. People would say telekinesis and superpowers and running fast. They would say that's supernatural power. That's not supernatural. You see what I'm saying? That's actually spiritual. Spiritual, like it's like they take spirituality and twist it and turn it and try to make it look scary and say, oh, this is this and this is that. All that coincides with spirituality, just like this, right? Like probably like 5, 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago. Uh, one day I was pulling the garbage to the back or whatever, right? And I looked down at my shoe, and my shoe was untied, right? This is a 100% true story, right? My shoe was tied, right? So I'm looking like, when I pull the garbage cans to the back, I'm gonna tie my shoe. So I pull the garbage cans to the back. I look, I'm like, nah, I ain't even finna tie my shoe right now. Nope, my shoe is still untied. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm not finna tie my shoe right now. I'm gonna wait till I wash my hands to tie my shoe. You know what I'm saying? So I go up the stairs, whatever, go in the bathroom, wash my hands and shit. I look down finna tie my shoe. When I look down, my shoe was tied. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say that's supernatural. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's not real. How is not real if I seen it with my own eyes? You know what I'm saying? This is before I was even on the level I'm on with the knowledge. You see what I'm saying? This was way before that. You know what I'm saying? So it been a spiritual thing. People don't understand supernatural and spirituality is the same thing. They just try to make supernatural look all demonic and bad. They take spirituality with the magic and all the essence of life, and you know what I'm saying? The four elements of life. They try to take it and reverse it and make it look bad and shit. All that shit coincides with spirituality. Every scary movie has some type of spiritual aspect to it. And if you pay attention and listen, they trying to tell you that this happened in a spiritual world and it manifested into reality. That's what people don't understand, man. That's what I'm saying. Like heaven and hell, those are real spiritual places. You know what I'm saying? Heaven may not look the way you may think it look with the golden gates and the, you know what I'm saying, the beautiful white clouds, and you know what I'm saying, it might be different from that. You know what I'm saying? It might be a palace that's just peaceful. You know what I'm saying? It might be an island that's just full of peace. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a spiritual place that people go. You know what I'm saying? If your heart is heavier than a feather, you go to hell. If your heart is lighter than a feather, you go to the next level. You go to heaven. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta look at it like that.